Self-improvement YouTubers always say, don't compare yourself to others. Like it's some golden rule of happiness. But we have to be factual here. This is a fact channel. We follow harsh, fundamental, but facts. You can't stop comparing yourself to others. This is literally impossible because our universe works in relativity. Just think about it yourself. You only know that something is hot because you have felt cold. You only know that you are taller because someone else is shorter. You only know that you are rich because you have seen poor people, right? Our mind, the universe works like this. They are wired in this way. It's all about contrast. There is no light without dark. I call it two things principle, and by that I mean there are two things on which our universe is based. If there is a part, there must be a counterpart. If there is a dark, there must be light. If there is black, there must be white. If there is a one side of the coin, there must be the other side of the coin. We can't isolate two things from each other. This is just the law of universe, and this is the fundamental foundation of our whole world, of our whole universe. The Newton's third law also verifies it as well. For every action, there must be a reaction. So when people say that you should stop comparing yourself, it's just like telling you to stop breathing. Comparison is natural. It's automatic. It has been wired into us for survival. Back in the days, if our ancestors didn't compare themselves to the stronger hunters and the smarter gatherers, they wouldn't have survived that days. They wouldn't have pushed themselves too hard to get better. Maybe they would have gone extinct. So instead of treating comparison like villain that ruins the peace of your mind, you should look it as a tool. Because the reality is comparison in and of itself by nature is a negative. What makes it negative is how you interpret it. Most people compare and they feel jealous, insecure and worthless. And the worst thing that they do, they stop there, soaking in that negativity. What if you channel that same energy? What instead of saying, oh, that person is ahead of me, I feel like crap. Just instead of that, you flipped it up and said, okay, this is the proof that is more is possible. This is the proof that I can further stretch myself. This is the proof that is more room for improvement. Just with one switch, you change comparison from poison into a fuel. Like imagine you are at the gym and you see a guy benching double your weight. Now the insecure version of you might say,
oh, I'm weak, I feel like crap, I will never get there, life is unfair.
and then quit. But the smart version of you says, this is the standard. This is the benchmark. This is where I can go if I put in the work. If he can do it, if he can pull it off, so do I. Same situation, different mindset, and totally different results. And that's the beauty of comparison. It gives you a mirror to check where you stand. And without that mirror, you'll probably be stuck for your entire life thinking that you are doing fine, but in reality, you're not even scratching your own potential. There's this beautiful cute little fairy tale, you shouldn't compare yourself with others. You should compete with your past self, with your own self. How in the world you are supposed to become an elite in a realm by juxtaposing yourself with a idiotic knife dummy? I mean, imagine you lived in an island. You might think that you are the fastest runner in the world because you beat your own record every other week. But the second you compare yourself with the Olympic sprinter, you get to know, I'm not even close. This is why comparison and competition with others is actually one of the best tools for growth, because it gives you a standard, it gives you a reality, it fact slapped you. Now you know that what you need to do and what is the requirement to succeed or to grow. That's the hacking reality, and that is a very beautiful thing. It depends on how you interpret it. If you interpret that negativity as a tool that is downgrading you, then obviously it will work like that. It will work like wonders for you in that terms. But if you believe that, oh yep, this is the field that I needed, and now I know the reality, where should I go, what should I pursue, what should I think of, then you will, in real life, you will succeed. By the way, let me tell you a real hack. A kind of like actionable step to how to compare yourself, because you also need to have some kind of practical knowledge on how you should compare if you are there to compare. Because the problem is most of the people compare sideways or downward. They might see people who are very far ahead of them and feel like a crab, or they might see someone who is below them and feel fake superiority. You shouldn't be comparing yourself like this. Don't look at the guy who is 100 steps ahead of you and feel depressed. Instead, look at him to understand what's possible, and then after that, zoom in on the person who is just two steps ahead of you and make that your immediate comparison, because in this way you won't feel overwhelmed. Instead, you feel challenged. It's just like climbing a mountain. You don't look at the peak and say, oh my god, it's impossible, I can't go there. If that was the case, Mount Everest wouldn't have been climbed up. Instead of that, you focus on the next rock that you can grab, and slowly, rock by rock, you are higher than you have ever imagined. And that's how you should channel comparison. Make it your compass, not your enemy. And let's not forget, comparison also keeps your ego in check. Because sometimes without comparing, you just inflate your head thinking you are the best at everything. But when you see someone younger, smarter, faster, or more successful, it humbles you. It reminds you that there is always more to learn, more to grow, more to achieve. That's not depressing. That's exciting. The universe is infinite, so your growth can be infinite too. Only if you allow comparison to show you the way. So next time you catch yourself scrolling through Instagram and feeling jealous of someone else's vacation, car, or business success, don't stop at jealousy. Ask yourselves, do I actually want this? Am I willing to work for it? Or do I like the idea of it? The little reflection transforms a toxic comparison into clarity about your own desires. And sometimes you will realize you don't even want what the other person has. You just think you do because you compared without thinking. But when you truly want it, comparison lights that fire under you to take action. So yeah, you can't escape comparison, but you can rewire it. Don't fight it, channel it, let it guide you, motivate you, and remind you that you're capable of more. Comparison is not the enemy, your interpretation is. The universe works in relativity, so instead of that law crushing you, you should let it work in favor of you.